Wednesday, Wednesday. There we go. Hello, welcome to Let's Go Limitless. My name's Joanne. Just gonna wait for a few people to come in. Hey, Heidi. Oh, I meant to pin my message, Heidi. Oh, there we go. How are you, Heidi? How are you? This fine Wednesday. Some Palo Santo. Let's see if YouTube is pinging out notifications. And again, to do some readings, some messages from the DragonSoul Oracle. Yay! Hello. So I'm doing my best to kind of come in at different times just to allow everyone to be able to come in. It's at your front door, Heidi. I love that. Your deck is on its way as well. I would love it as people are receiving their decks, if they could let me know. Give me a little bit of feedback on them. I want the whole package to be a whole experience. You know, Oracle cards are great, but they're normally mass produced. You know, they sit about warehouses, and the whole energy of DragonSoul has been about care, love, and attention from the very beginning. So I'm biased, but I'm allowed to be. So I'm going to do some DragonSoul Oracle cards today from the DragonSoul Oracle deck. It is now available on my website. So anybody who's purchased a deck can get a 3-card reading unless they've had one. Oh, I disappear when I put that deck up. If you've already had a 3-card reading because you bought a deck, then I can give you a card, 1 card of the day. And everybody and anybody's entitled to 1 card of the day. But if you purchase a deck of cards, you can get a free 3-card reading. Leanne! Oh, the card today. I got a little bit excited for you there. Oh, I hope you all love them as much as I do. I'm so excited for them arriving with everyone. Heidi, remind me, have you had 3 cards? Were you in yesterday at all? So I'll just reiterate for the people that are coming in. If you've bought a deck, you can have a 3-card reading, unless you've had a 3-card reading in the past couple of days. Everybody's entitled to a 1-card dragon of the day. You need to let me know in the comments what you're looking for. Postman's late. It's that dragon energy, you see. So we just want to stay with them a little bit longer, Leanne. Okay, so we'll start with Heidi. Heidi Green, and we'll go for 3 cards. Because Heidi has purchased a deck. Of course, Ari, of course, Leanne. As more people start coming in, just keep me right. If I can ask you all, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't liked it, give it a like. and share away, because the energy of these cards, they want to get out there. These cards want to find their home. Tracy Jones, greetings from Oregon. Greetings back from Bonnie, Scotland. Okay, so we're going to go with Heidi. Heidi, 3 cards for Heidi, please, and thank you. It's really interesting because there's 55 cards in this deck. And there have been cards repeating over and over just because of the energies that we're in at this present time. So it's very interesting. Okay, beautiful Heidi, here is your 3 card reading because you bought a deck of cards. Bloom and Blossom is your first card. Now, are you going to see these with the background? Let's see. I'm a little bit delayed because I'm on Zoom. I might have to pull out the big boys. Oh, I'm really behind. It's disappearing a little bit, isn't it? Darn it. Okay, let me take off my background. Hold on a minute. Let me take off the background. There we go. That'll be better. Oh no, how do I get back? That was close. Oh, and I paused myself on YouTube. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Getting there. Right. This should be better. So your first card. Your first card, Heidi. Bloom and Blossom. Second card. Sacred Hearth. And your third card is Galactic Rebirth. Ooh. Okay, so Bloom and Blossom. This is Every Wrinkle in Time is a petal unfurled. Tend your gifts like a sacred garden. This is about being in the energy of now and maybe having a little bit of frustration about ideas or ways of being blossoming. Like you've been waiting. Keep tending to those ideas, keep watering them, because they are going to bloom. Okay, but it's just not right now. Doesn't mean never. Hey Emma. Sacred Hearth is about, for you, coming back to your heart center. So what I'm being shown is you maybe have lots of different ideas, Heidi's, about lots of different things. Okay. And maybe this is why these ideas don't quite bloom all the time, because you kind of move from this one and then that doesn't quite bloom, so you tend to the other one. This is about going out in nature and sitting and asking for the guidance to be fed to the ideas that are going to be most fruitful for you. Okay, because what's coming for you is this rebirth. So what you might find, Heidi, is that even some of these wonderful ideas that you had, they maybe just, even though you've fed them and you've tended them and you've watered that garden and you've waited for them to bloom, maybe you change your mind. You know, maybe something completely different comes in, and it's about being in that space where, even though you've put loads of time and energy into watering and tending to these ideas, you've done it from the heart. It's about knowing that when you're in flow, you're able to also let these things go, because you've got to know and trust that there's something even better for you. Okay, so if things are stripped away from you, then please know that what's happening is this beautiful rebirth, and it can only be something better. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Beautiful. Hi, Robert. Welcome. Michelle. Oh my gosh, how you doing, Michelle? Lovely to see you. Okay, so what we're doing for those of you who have come in, I have launched my own deck. Actually, it's been a co-creation between the dragons, myself, and the beautiful community round about me. I'd say that I run, but we're all in it together. And so they are available up at my website, ascensionevolution.com, which is pinned in the comments. People who purchase a deck are entitled to 3 cards, a 3-card reading, and anybody else can get a 1-card Dragon Oracle card of the day. We are moving on to... Wow, Michelle, you got 5 grandchildren with twins. Awesome. So we went from Heidi to... You got your deck, Aria? Oh, do you love it? Do you feel them vibrating? They vibrate for me. Aria, you have a deck, so you can get 3 cards today. Oh, a little bit keen. Aria, let me move my mic a little bit. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, Aria, you have Cosmic Visionary. You have Guardian Wisdom. You can't make it up, ending in Galactic Rebirth. Okay. What I want to ask you, Aria, or what the energy of the cards want to ask you. Have you been making time? Have you been making time to create? When was the last time you put pen to paper, so to speak? Have you been making time for the creative part of yourself? Because this card is coming in to remind you that when you create, it connects you to creation. And that kind of oneness energy, and not being too hung up within the daily tasks of life, so to speak. So this card is coming in to call you back to create if you haven't been doing so, to make time for creating, because it's a big part of your life. Guardian Wisdom is coming in for you in the form of leadership. So there is a role that you have stepped into, which is one of leadership, and it might not look quite like you would expect a leader to look like, yet it's the role that you have chosen. It could be quite uncomfortable, perhaps, because I can hear you saying, I don't want to be a leader. Don't want to lead anybody. I don't want to be a leader. But it starts with leading yourself, which is going back to this cosmic visionary. Okay. Leading yourself in the form of like making that time for creation. And by doing so, you are then leading others to do the same. But this galactic rebirth card is coming in for you, letting you know that you're being held and everything is absolutely perfect, no matter what it might look like within your reality at present. This is part of this rebirth energy that is coming in for everybody come March. But what's been happening recently is part of the reason what you've been experiencing is to get you to question a lot of things, question about your life, question who you are now and what you want now, because it's maybe completely different to what has been before. So I'm going to leave you with that. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Leanne was next, I think. Leanne also has purchased a deck of cards. So if you have purchased a deck of cards and you're wanting the 3 cards reading, please let me know in the comments and I can go in and have a wee check. Other than that, I will be doing 1 card. And for anybody here, I also want to let you know that DragonSoul Oracle, when you're working with this, you don't look into the future. Okay, this isn't about predicting anybody's future. These are I believe that disempowers people. You're in control of your life. And so you shouldn't really give it away to anybody else. You certainly shouldn't be giving it away to a reader that's sitting with some cards in their hands. What I learned was that if I'm answering people's questions about the future, I'm then holding energetic and karmic responsibility for that. Things can change in the blink of an eye. There are so many choices that we can have. And, you know, can I see into your future? Yes, where you are right now. But you might walk away from the screen, make a different choice, and it could be a completely different path you're taking down. And if you've listened to me, and you give power to me, then you might not go down that new path that you're meant to go on. You might have stayed on the old one that I've seen for you. So I won't disempower people. You know, these cards are all about empowering people. I really suggest that, you know, the dragon energy that is in these cards, it moves, it moves people. So these cards really, first of all, are to work, you know, a daily practice with yourself, because these cards can shift you. They can if you work with them in the correct way. Right, Leanne, are you here? You still here, darling? Michelle, I started winning big and small competitions when I found Joanne. I remember that, Michelle. It started again. I kept winning things. Latest was a switch to £250 in cash. Nice. I scroll and I see Joanne. There you go. Aria, I've been thinking of creating something. That's the confirmation I needed. Fabulous. Let's do it. Okay, Leanne, honey. Leanne. Cards for Leanne, please. In this now moment. Ooh, that one doesn't want to go back in. We got a height, right, like, what are they there? The side of your trapezius, Leanne, is it deltoids? I can't remember. Your shoulder muscle. Oh, oh. Okay, this is cool. So, Leanne, you are getting emotion devotion. There is a delay because I'm through Zoom. Emotion devotion. But this is more about the drum and the sound in this card. I'll come back to that. Light of origin. Release the illusion. And activating higher wisdom. This is an elevation. It's interesting because that's just what I felt as these cards were. Oh, come on. Oh no, where did it go? Elevation has fallen to the floor, Leanne. Can't see it. Activating higher wisdom. Right. Emotion devotion, but you'll also see on this card, it says sacred sound. Okay. there is something very resonant with regards to these words for you, sacred sound. Now, I know you work with sound, I know you do sound baths, but do you also use your voice? Do you tone? There is something about perhaps that also coming in with regards to the kind of, I want to say, ceremonies that you're holding. I do wonder if these are going to change a little bit for you and they aren't just going to be sound baths. It's almost like you're kind of, I don't like the term channeling, Leanne, but it's almost like there's this, we talk about light language and there's a frequency with light language. It's almost like this is kind of activating within you, but it's more a toning. And I feel there's more of that coming in for you, because vibrationally it's assisting the people that are within these sound baths that you're holding. But I do wonder if this is going to change up a little bit. I'm going to say be open to your sound baths looking a little bit different. Don't do whatever you want. But it's something about even that limitless energy with the sound baths. Okay, they don't necessarily have to follow a certain structure. Maybe there's a fluidity there. Light of origin is coming in with some kind of illusion, and it feels like it's connected to work in inverted commas. Do you believe that there is, that your work has to look a certain way? Because these cards are showing that that's actually an illusion. It can look different. If you, I'm trying not to tell you what to do, and that's why I'm watching I'm watching my words here. But for example, if you've been to a sound bath and you run a sound bath because that's been your experience and you run it because of that, but not necessarily feel into for yourself how that should look, feel, or be, then you're running it through the illusion of another's experience. I hope that makes sense to you. And the activating higher wisdom card, which is Tracy's card with the mandala on it, it will be here. Because I can't really move her, my screen's going to fall. So the activating higher wisdom is, it is about this limitless energy. It's about your, I struggle because I don't really like these spiritual words either, but your presence activates others. Again, we're looking at, frequency here. So if you could take a step back from perhaps how you've been running things, and not that there's anything wrong with how you've been running them, but take down the barriers of how you believe that should look, and instead go into your intuition and your inner voice. You might begin to hear that there are other pieces that you can bring in. I'm glad you know what I mean. Thank you for being here. Let's find that card. Hold on, give me a second, everybody. Where did it go? Did it go behind the screen? Slowly. Activating higher wisdom has left the building. Okay. Dragons don't want me to find it right now. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. That is so bizarre. Anyway. Okay. Who is next? If you haven't liked the stream, can I ask you to do so, please? And share if it resonates. If you're here looking for professionality, that word is now, you won't get it. I'm me. I am me. Very on point. Very good, Leanne. So bizarre what happened to that card. Okay, was there anybody else here who'd purchased a deck that wanted 3 cards? Brandy, you still here? Brandy, you still here, honey? Brandy. That's so weird. Oh well. Brandy. Well, you'll know what cards you're not getting. Imagine it came out of the deck. Whoa. That'd be magic. Okay, Brandy. 3 cards for Brandy. Please, thank you. Oh, they're all very green. Very green cards. Fascinating. Very earthy. Really earthy, Brandy. So you're getting Mountain Spirit, Patient Heart. See how they're all green? And Truth Warrior. The feeling I'm getting right at this moment, Brandy, is there is something about you having to really keep yourself grounded right now. And I mean that in the way of being a conscious human. There are so many, there's so much like voices round about you. Could be seen as, you know, chaos. You could be pulled from here to there to here. There's a lot of kind of coming and going energy. And so there's a very strong message in this for you to just like really keep your balance and really keep yourself steady. Really know yourself right now and really kind of go within. So, Mountain Spirit, challenges are not barriers, but invitations to deepen strength and presence. So, what's happening round about you just now is really teaching you that stability. And this is stability of self. Okay, this is not being swayed by other people's choices, opinions, or beliefs, but not necessarily shouting about your own either, because you're getting Patient Heart, and this card came out a lot yesterday as well. This is about strength and endurance. And for you, it's the strength to remain grounded and balanced. It's a strength to, I keep seeing like a tree, you know, remain rooted. And even though there's a storm, you know, maybe sway a little bit. But you're just going to sway with what comes. You're just going to move very easily and very gracefully, like it's just a breeze and it's not a storm. So you're definitely being taught patience and balance at the moment. And this Truth Warrior card, did you see how she's holding this beautiful light sword, but not directing it at anybody. So this is like, I have the power, and you have the power of your own truth. I don't know, there's a lot of political stuff maybe. And perhaps before you might have got overly involved in it, whereas now you're just like standing like this dragon, like there with your sword of truth, you know, like I know what the truth is, but I don't have to wield it. I don't have to use my sword as a truth. I can just stand steady, knowing what I know. Take what resonates, leave the rest, darling. Thank you for being here. Anybody who's joining, if I can get you to like, share. A little bit of an energy exchange. If you have purchased a deck, let me know. You can have a 3-card read. If you haven't, that's okay too. You can just get a message from the dragons for today with 1 card. Thank you, Emma. I got Brandy's here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Emma. That's it. Heidi, Aria, done that. Leanne, thank you. Brandy, we've just done. Robert, thank you very much, Emma. Robert, are you still here, sir? Let me know if you're here, Robert. And I can't really see how many people are in or not, but if you're here and you're just watching, let me know. Come say hello. Come say hello. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So Robert, if you're not here, we're going to move to Syra. Anybody else who wants a little message from the dragons, then by all means, you just need to let me know in the chat. Jay! Hello. Jane, can I show your card in this deck? It's one of my favorites. It just looks so like you. Okay, so I don't think we have Robert anymore. Hi, cats. Thanks for being here. Beautiful, Brandy. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here, darling. Okay, Jane's let me show her card. So for those of you who don't know, DragonSoul Oracle came about because the dragons wanted their own deck. I do one-on-one dragon messages on my Patreon every month. And I was using other people's cards and they didn't like it. They wanted their own. So I decided I started creating an Oracle deck and I put it to people within, within the community. Would they like their own Oracle card with their own dragon soul on it? And that's why this deck is so powerful, because I know every dragon in this deck. I know every human soul that belongs to every dragon in this deck. Anyway, this is Jane's. Look at this. Look at this. I think it's the only dragon that has glasses on. And I just love it. It's just so you, Jane. Okay, so I'm gonna say Robert's definitely not here. Syra, are you here? You were, Claudia? Welcome on in. It's so lovely to see all these names coming back in. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, but I'm definitely back now. I'm making an effort. I enjoy it. And as long as I enjoy it, I'll be here because that's what it's all about. Syra, are you still here? Good. You don't have a deck, do you? So 1 card, Syra. And dragon message of the day for Syra, please. Just checking from my end. Okay. Dragon message of the day for Syra. So interesting. This is a card that has been coming up a lot as well. And it's Light of Origin, Syra. And it's interesting because what I'm getting with this card for you is that sense of oneness. I'm hearing you don't need a message. You are the message. You are the light of origin. You are you are everything, and you have that original connection. And it's interesting because I know you talk about the light of God, but this is what this card reflects back to you. Light of origin within the dragon deck is just the light of God. So isn't that beautiful? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Oh, you're never insane. That's Donnelly. Hello. Do we have two cats in the house? Okay, so I'm doing readings and little messages from the dragons. I will not look at the future. I will not answer any questions. I will not disempower you. I will give you absolutely beautiful, Syra. I absolutely will only read the energy of the moment. I'm not going to disempower you, and nor will dragons or dragon energy. So if anybody, I'm going to be here for maybe another 10, 15 minutes or so. If anybody has bought a deck, they can have 1 3-card reading. If you've bought a deck and had a 3-card reading, you can have a 1-card message. And anybody who hasn't bought a deck, you can absolutely also have a 1-card message from the dragons. So you just need to let me know. Let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, like and share. Of course, Jane. Jane has bought a deck. So Jane, you can absolutely have 3 cards. It's fun. Fun. Welcome both cats. Okay, Jane, what we got for our Jane today? Has anybody really been aware of their posture lately? I keep being reminded to sit up straight. Beautiful Jane. Let's see what we got, darling. Ooh, very kind of, there's 2 very soft, gentle cards, but in the middle, a really, really strong one. So we have Heart Woven Harmony. We have Shield and Protect. This is more about yourself than other people. And Matriarchal Guardian, which is always the mother nurturing energy. Okay, so let's see how they come in for you. There's a lot of nurturing energy coming in here, Jane. I really feel like in this moment, you're being reminded to nurture yourself. So if you were a rose, what would you need to bloom? Have you forgot about nurturing yourself recently? Perhaps. This card is asking you to honor yourself, honor your feelings, honor your emotions, acknowledge what you're feeling. There's a kind of feeling of, I feel that you're doing a lot of things for a lot of people, and you haven't lost the way, because you can never lose the way, but there's almost like there's a story in your head that is like, I'm doing these things I don't necessarily want to be doing. Like, it's not nourishing my soul, you know, it's not nourishing me. It's not nourishing my path, is how this feels. Because you're getting shield and protect, but this is about honoring yourself. Shielding and protecting yourself, perhaps, for what's maybe happening round about you. But again, this has been coming up a lot as well recently, is like the thoughts, like looping thoughts, for example, that become really quite annoying. Kind of protecting yourself from them, listening more to your inner voice than the looping thoughts that happen in the head, because matriarchal guardian is coming in with standing firm now. Your gentleness is your greatest power, but I want you to stand firm for yourself. I want you to stand firm for this, to allow yourself time to nourish that rose that I'm seeing, and feed it what it needs in order to bloom. Because this energy that's coming in March, and I know I keep banging on about it, right? I'm going to keep banging on about it. I'm going to bang on about after March. Until March. You know, some of you weren't here yesterday when I was talking about this kind of eclipse corridor energy. So we've come into the energy of this fire horse, but we still aren't like, woohoo, ready to go. I keep seeing all these doors in this eclipse corridor up until like the 1st, 2nd of March. It's all about, what doors are you keeping open? What doors are you closing? What doors do you want to open? It's just like a corridor with all these doors and all these opportunities. And it's about, you know, kind of choosing that. And in order, Jane, for you to step into this limitless energy, there's something about kind of the self-preservation and nourishing self, so that when you come out of this corridor, like you're ready to jump on that fire horse and yeehaw it, you know. Anyway, take what resonates, leave the rest, my darling. Mariko, are you still here? I take it you haven't purchased a deck, so it's a 1-card dragon message of the day. If you could just confirm, please. I love cats. Hi, cat. Hi, cats. Thank you all for being here, spending time here. Always been such a beautiful community. Very good, Jane. Very good. Love to hear it. I don't mean to stroke my ego because it's spot on. I just read energy of the cards. That's all. I mean, I'm happy to hear that you're doing you now and letting go. Mariko, let's go, Mariko. Let's go, Mariko. You even get a song. Lucky you. Okay, so Mariko, you are getting Stonekeeper. This card for you is asking you to kind of look at what you do have rather than what you don't. It's about having gratitude for the smallest of things, and having gratitude for things that maybe are perceived as challenges. It's about knowing that things are happening for you and not to you. It is a reminder that this dragon's on the beach, and it's, you know, it's a stone keeper. Okay, you can choose what stones to keep, and you can choose what stones you wish to discard of. And these stones could be a metaphor for people, situations, choices, you know, whatever it is. You're the keeper of it, so you get to decide. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Oh, Robert, you're still here. Robert, you can absolutely have your card. Even though there was a little 10-minute delay there. I won't hold it against you, sir. Okay, Robert. One card to take it, Robert. Okay, I'll do Robert and then I'll do Kat Donnelly. One card, Kat, you can just confirm. Okay. Robert. Message of the day for Robert in this now moment. Ooh. Robert, you're getting ether voice. Your voice is illuminated by truth. It carries the resonance of soul wisdom. It's interesting because I do feel your throat. Okay, so ether voice showing up for you, Robert, is about vocalizing those things which have been repressed and finding a safe place to do so. Whether that is a trusted friend, relative, a piece of paper, whether it's going into meditation and bringing the person that you would have, there's a conversation that perhaps you've been going over and over and over in your head with a specific person and not quite knowing how they are going to receive the conversation, how to say what you want to say without perhaps hurting their feelings or not knowing how they're going to react to a situation. Here's my personal opinion, Robert. You can't control how somebody reacts, okay? It's none of your business. As long as what you're bringing forward comes from a place that is kind, that is, I don't really like the term compassionate, but as long as you're coming from the right place and having the conversation, how that person takes it is none of your business. So if you've been putting off having a conversation because you're afraid of how they're going to react, you'll always be afraid of how they're going to react because you're never going to know anyway. And all it's going to do is cause you harm because you're repressing it and keeping it in. Anyway, take what resonates, leave the rest, darling. Kat Donnelly. I collect heart rocks, Brandy. That's funny because your card's got the heart in it, right? I love that. Jane, your cards are on their way. I would love you all to give me a little review or let me know how you feel, what your experience was. I want even just receiving the cards to be a whole experience. It should be. Where? Kat Donnelly. One card, Kat. Ooh. Ancient Sanctuary, Kat. You know those times when you feel like you want a place of sanctuary or comfort, or whether that's like going to the beach or into the forest, or sometimes we just kind of need that place of getting away from everything and everyone. This card is reflecting that you are your own sanctuary, and if you can learn that, then you won't ever feel at times that you want to kind of escape. You won't feel the need to escape. You will still go and visit these places of sanctuary, but it will be you will go and enjoy them rather than use them for a place of relief, if that makes sense. So what you're being taught in this moment is about being your own inner sanctuary. You're being taught to find the safeness within yourself instead of finding security outside of yourself. It's just a reminder that you are wisdom. You have everything. It's all within you. Everything is within you. And you can go to beautiful places and experience the beauty and the solitude and the, you know, when you just go and sit at a beach and there's maybe nobody there and you can just bring it, how that just feels. It's just so good for the nervous system, right? But you can regulate your nervous system without that. Is what this card is saying. Take it or leave it. Hello, Gian. Okay, so I will do two more. I'll do Claudia and then I will do Gian bought cards today. So you can get 3 cards and then I'm going to pop away. Okay. 1 card for Claudia. I'm just checking you haven't bought a deck. Nice. Okay, Claudia, you're getting Celestial Ceremony. You are encouraged to move not only through the world, but with the world. Claudia, where have you been stagnant? Listen, a lot of us have been stagnant since December, so I get it. That kind of wintering, you know, there's been this big rest period. But it's almost becoming a little bit stagnant. What is it you want to do? What makes you happy? Okay. When did you last turn on a song and just dance? I do it in my kitchen. If you don't have a karaoke machine in your kitchen, why not? Or a disco ball. Get it sorted. Everybody. When did you last like move your body, your physical body? This card is coming in to just uplift you, but to get you to move. When we've been stationary, and this can be, you know, a metaphor for a part of your life and maybe not just your physicality. In order to move that stagnation, we need to move. If you think about stagnant water, it only gets worse the longer it stays that way. You have to add in that fresh running water to allow it. It'll then become fresh and running also. Okay. This is what this card is calling out to you to do today. Go get your music on. Have a little dance about. Take what resonates, leave the rest. The last person I was going to do, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Kat. With our Gian. So 3 cards, please. Very good. Oh, nice. Okay. Gian, we are getting Autumn Song, Harmonic Boundaries. You're very welcome, Claudia. And Loving Presence. Autumn Song is all about the shedding energy that's been here with the end of the snake year ending. There, you know, in autumn, there are trees and some of them kind of hold on to some leaves. So this card is asking you to fully let go of any extra leaves that perhaps you're holding on to, anything you are resistant and allowing it to fall to the ground, because if these leaves don't shed and cast away come spring, you know, there won't be these beautiful new ones bursting into life. So there's some space needing to be made for this beautiful limitless energy that's coming in. Your harmonic boundaries is reminding you that boundaries are a strength. And sometimes we can let our boundaries go a little bit soft. We can let people crossed some very strong boundaries that we've put in place. And this is a reminder of maybe strengthening those boundaries in order to bring harmony back to your life. Okay. And loving presence is reminding you that as you're doing these things, you know, you're allowing those leaves to fall and you're hardening those boundaries again. You're doing it with loving presence. There's no there's no malice there. And that's what really counts. And it doesn't matter how other people see or take that. It's what really is what your intent is as you're making these decisions is really what counts, because God knows, you know, and other people are always going to be other people, and they're just going to judge on their own experience of life. But you're doing it from a place of love and presence, and that's really all that matters. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Beautiful. Thank you all for being here today. Oh, Corey, no, I'm sorry. I'm just going. My plan is I'm going to be in here. I plan to be in here for at least an hour every day. So anybody who I'm trying to change the times as well to allow everybody to get in and to have a card. So for the next wee while anyway, I flow. So if there's a day that it doesn't feel right, I won't be here. So I'm not promising I'm going to be in here every day for an hour. But as it stands at the moment, that's my plan. I'm gonna show up more here. It's just time. It's just time. I went away for a long time, focused on other areas. But I love the community. We've always had such a beautiful community here on YouTube, and so I think it's just time to strengthen that community, because let's face it, you know, what's going on in the world, what we really want to be doing is coming together. We need to be coming together more than division or separating or fighting or taking sides or whatever that looks like. So my intent for being here on YouTube more is to bring us all together. Okay, is to bring that unity, that community back together again. For a while we all went out and went our own ways, which was all perfect. But now I'm really feeling like unity is where it's at. So thank you so much for being here. Sorry, Corey. Thank you everybody for being here. Please like, share, do whatever, do the things. Yeah. As long as I'm having fun here, I will keep showing up here. I stopped having fun here. So I only do what feels right for me and what brings me joy. So I hope this has brought you some joy. The bands of love start the rock and roll. Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. Let's get the band back together. What we're going to call it? What we're going to call our band? Okay, that's your homework. That's your homework for next time. Okay, what we're going to call the band. I want this to be a place where we can come together, have a laugh, have a little bit of a giggle. Life doesn't need to be so serious, you know. Your time's the most precious thing you can ever give anybody. So thank you for giving your time here today. You can find the Oracle deck at www.ascensionevolution.com. There's only 250 in print. If you've ever wanted to work with dragon energy, you maybe haven't been sure about it, if the dragons are calling you, it's a really good start. But you know, you don't have to. These decks will go exactly to who they're meant to. In the meantime, you can come here and enjoy the energy from YouTube. Sending you all lots and lots of love. Hopefully soon I'm gonna learn how to hang up again here, but I'm getting there, you know.